Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3, where things got a bit messy last time, as we can see. Balthazar's down there. Kinda didn't do the job ourselves, which is one of the things I was planning on doing in this playthrough. But we did have a big old fight against a whole bunch of Justiciars, so maybe that makes up for it. You be the judge, I guess. Either way, I'm going to carry on.
Lost in thought.
Now, did I give knock to Gale? I thought I did. This door is quite a tricky one. But then again, Karlach's also pretty solid, isn't she, when it comes to lockpicking, so I guess it's a question of how many lockpicks do we have? I think it's a 30. She's got 13 to 16 as her bonus. So that probably won't do it. Unless it is a 25. No, it's got to be a 30. We've got 25 thieves tools though, so should be alright. Although, wait a minute, don't we have... Let's see. Yeah, we do have the gloves of thievery. Can I put those on her hotbar? I can. And then if I click on them, she equips them. Ah, so I'd have to put her other gloves also on a hotbar if I want to make it very easy. And I'll probably forget at multiple times to re-equip my actual gloves. But oh well, let's just burn through a few lockpicks. There we go. That wasn't so bad. So, other gloves. Nice one. And we find ourselves with 3 unlocked chests. This one contains a bunch of scrolls and whatnot. So we'll pick up all that gubbins. We'll leave the book. More infernal metal for Karlach. And the Callous Glow Ring. The wearer deals an additional 2 points of damage against creatures that are illuminated. So that's a lot of creatures, generally speaking. It's a case of finding somewhere to put it though. Gain a +1 bonus to armor class 1 obscured. And it just says an additional 2 points of damage. So is that 2 points of damage per attack? If I were to throw out, say, a magic missile, would each of those get an extra 2? If I were to throw out Scorching Ray, would each of those get an extra 2? I'm going to choose to believe that that's the case, and therefore I'm giving it to Gale. He also throws out fireballs which hit multiple people. And that will definitely be for 2 against each of them. Oh, we're so close to another level. This is good. So we don't need to fight any more legendary fights until we've leveled up once more. We'll find the waypoint. And then maybe we'll go back to Moonrise and we'll beast up a few more people in there. That seems like an idea. Now, which way is which in this place? I think this just leads back, generally speaking, to places we've already been. Or it leads back to the other way that we could have got to Old Balthazar. Ah, that's the way that leads to Yurgir, for sure. Have I missed a route then? What was back that way? Ah, this might be the way that leads... No, that leads to the Gauntlet, doesn't it? Yeah. And therefore there's the waypoint. Good. So I must have blundered past the waypoint and collected it without realising it, because here it is. So now that we know about this, we're free to teleport out of here, back to Moonrise. There are definitely more rumbles that we can take past in here to get that extra level. There's a handful of folk left upstairs, I believe. And then there's all sorts of buggers in this room. Oh, there's these guys. Just 2 of you. Looks like it. Very well. Kastab.
You attacked someone. Only the guards are allowed to do.
And sneak attack. Maybe have a booming blade whilst we're here. And have some bees. Wonderful. Now Mo, we should have probably switched back to the sword, but that's fine. You definitely want this bugger down. Maybe I shouldn't have stood Gale right next to this bugger. Maybe that's some thinking I should have put into this before I just attacked. Blam. Be the old shocking grass, and then can we ping you? No, I didn't think so. And let's see. Oh, the Adept's going to go first. So maybe Mo shuffles over and stands next to them just to annoy them. And then they jump and they try and move. And they get biffed. Guardian of Faith. That is a level 4 spell. Should we counter it? Nah, heck with it. What's it going to do? Hit one of us once, maybe? It's this bugger I'm concerned about. Standing next to us as well, like a knobhead. Can we fire a lightning bolt? Yeah, we can. That did damn good damage. 38 damage on that dude. It's insanity. Then yeah, what you gonna do? 10 damage. Can live with that. This bugger though, can't live with much. Death Ward saves them temporarily. But not for long. You got some bone boys.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
So maybe it is worth keeping Lathander's light on for the moment. Gale, maybe you want to lead the way?
Violence isn't tolerated in these parts. Unless it's
I tolerate violence. I tolerate it a lot. So, attack of opportunity. Yeah, that's fine. You get snook. Dang. That's bigger damage than I was expecting. Even if the follow-up was a miss. Because we can't have nice things. Down you go. Down you go. And you buggers can be blinded, I think. Green Scale can ping that one for a bit. In theory. A Shadow Heart. I'm guessing your odds to hit with your flail aren't amazing. 8 strength. No, they're not amazing. Have we given you any up close and personal moves? I mean, you've got Necrotic Touch. You've got Sacred Flame. So we can reverberate that bugger at the very least. Reach from Beyond. That's piss damage. So we'll let it happen. And as it turns out, it did not happen. That sounded like a level up. Mo, do you want to do your thing? And that is indeed 3 level ups. So what are we doing with Mo? We're going to take another level. And we're going to take it in Thief. Resistance to falling damage, an extra bonus action. That feels pretty good, I think. Now, what does Gale require? His charisma's not actually 17, is it? It's a bit higher than that, I think. But we could probably make it higher still. Maybe it is just 17, I'm not sure. Either way, what spells do we want? Level 4. Confusion's a good one, I believe. So let's take that. Do you want to replace a spell? Do we need Chromatic Orb anymore? It might be nice to have just a variant of different types of damage available to us. Scorching Ray is one of our key spells. The other fire spells are just great because we like fire. Knock probably shouldn't be on here just because it doesn't necessarily need to be. Are we doing the Gauntlet of Shah, or are we just going to knock our way through that door? Let's keep knock on. It probably can't hurt. Shadowheart wants... I think I was planning on maybe going to 3 levels in Cleric. That would give us Shatter, which can do 24 damage with the Destructive Wrath ability. But what would another level of Druid give us? A bunch of level 4 spells are available to us, like Ice Storm. Does she get Wall of Fire anyway? Yeah, she does, because she's a Druid. Some of these spells, every now and again, aren't necessarily spells that you would normally get. But others are, like Conjure Minor Elemental. That's probably just a Druid spell at this level. What's Blight do again? 8 to 64 damage. Plants take maximum damage from this spell and have disadvantage on the saving throw. So Blight could be useful to have, but again, it's already a spell of hers. So I guess it's like, we're not getting anything new, but which ones might we want to use on a regular basis? I'm going to go with Blight and Wall of Fire, because one thing I'm thinking about doing with Shadowheart in general is big old area damage. Wall of Fire fits into that. 17 XP needed for Karlach. I think we can get 17 XP. Now we got this door back here which is locked. Again, I think it's a 30. So again, we got the choice. Do we use up some of our lockpicks? I think we may as well. Shouldn't take too long to crack it with 13 to 16. There we go. And we've just gained a level with Karlach. We were inspired by breaking through that door. So Arcane Trickster will give us some new stuff. Nothing thrilling. May as well take Charm Person just because we can. And probably get our decks up a bit. Now, do we want to come in through this door as well? This will require more lockpicking. But that's okay. We've got slightly higher bonus now because we've got extra decks. We can talk to animals as well. Which is good, because there's one.
Stand, soldier. These are the General's private quarters.
I'm just exploring the tower. I mean no harm. Should be doable with 12 to 15. Hey.
You stumble into trouble like a stray pup. My own litter were the same, but they are long dead now. Mind where you stray, lest I send you to join them.
Are you threatening me? I don't know if we can have that, you know. Bonk. How did that not start combat? How is combat not happening here?
Yes, soldier.
Never mind. There we go. I didn't enjoy doing that, but needs must. We need to make the Ketheric fight as easy as possible.
That's curious.
I'd already forgotten to take the Gloves of Thievery back off. But that's fine. There we go. Cloak of Elemental Absorption. Absorb elemental damage once per short rest. Take half damage from the next elemental attack targeting you. And then deal extra of that damage afterwards.
A letter from Ketheric Sounds like she loved him very much.
So, do we want to give that cape to someone? I mean, Gale's not wearing one, so yeah. Keep him alive. If he gets hit with a big elemental attack, like a big fireball or something, could be the difference between life and death. No, we've got more doors. I think maybe we do switch back to the blade.
Very well.
That is what it seems. I see you, shapeshifter.
Feel like we should have been given the opportunity to attack that, but so be it. I guess if it's going to be antsy and just trigger off us getting close, then we'll just go into combat. We've only got one attack there. That's not right. We normally have 2 attacks per turn. Weird. Well, it's probably going down, isn't it? Lovely. Exactly the right amount of damage. And then we got the Spine Shudder Amulet. Whenever we deal damage with ranged spell attacks, inflict 2 reverberation on the target. Okay, Shadi's currently wearing the Evard's Black Tentacles, but she might deal range damage every now and again, so a bit more reverberation could kind of fit with what she's got going on. And I guess we'll just pick up a bunch of this other stuff as well. Is there anything else we need to worry about in this room? Don't think so. We've got another scrap out here. Hello, friends.
You're stopped by a guard. It seems your presence here is forbidden.
What if your living is forbidden? So who have we got? Just one guard. We've got an orb over there as well. Karlach. No, let's start with Mo.
With haste.
Doopadoo. Blam. Biff. Now Karlach. Sneak attack. Bees. And booms. Oh, he's already down. I was expecting that guy to be tougher. And then Gale. We know how these things feel about thunder damage, and we do very much have a source of thunder. Okay. It's vulnerable to thunder, and yet we did no damage to it. So we did less than 8 damage to it with our chromatic orb. That's not great. Shadi, what can you get up to? Not a lot, because you can't reach it. Pisk. Is it the end of the world if it gets a turn? Probably not. Even that only did 8 damage. I was expecting more from you, Gale. Is there any point pinging it? No, 1 to 6 damage. Now, Mo. No, it's not vulnerable to thunder, but it is also silent, so it's not going to
Put him up.
cause us any hassle as we try and finish it off somehow.
Eat it.
Of course, we did not quite enough damage there. Yeah, no damage there. Where's it going? Little wretch.
Fall by my hand.
Come on, mate. You need bigger rolls than that. You can do 7 to 17 damage, so even if it reduced it by like 8, you should be able to ruin its day. There we go. Karlach gets the job done. And of course we can just unlock some of these doors, can't we? Because we've got the Moonrise Guards key. Didn't need to worry about all that lock picking. Well, not all of it anyway. Some of it, perhaps. So what's next on our agenda? This floor, cleared. Downstairs, partially cleared, but not fully. So I guess we clear that, and then we go to the Gauntlet Shower again, maybe? Although there's also Thizarbold to deal with. Big fat wretch that he is. So maybe we could ruin some buggers' days in here.
Violence isn't tolerated in these parts.
Yeah. Mig's not the toughest in the world. Although huge, enormous crits definitely help. Got the attention of some other bugger there. Oh, it's that guy. Zealot Yogar. So it's just the Acolyte who was in the fight before that. Okay. So that's him out of the picture. The Zealot's not going to reach us this turn, I don't think. So we can all just sort of stand about, really. Maybe if we can reach him? Yeah, give him a bit of that. And then Shadi can try a bit of that. Okay. We've reverberated him a bit. Your enemy. So he's frightened Gale. Now. Mo, do you want to get in there and just deliver a solid beating? Now he's silenced. Good. Karlach can't quite reach, but with a cunning dash, he surely can. That's good damage. Gale, you are frightened? But you're not letting that stop you.
Best keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
You? Are you Roa's muscle? You are, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. We can rob this guy though. No one cares about this guy. I suppose we can see what Mig was carrying. Meats. Many meats. We like those. You're also one of Roa's guards. Shall we see if Roa's got anything that we want to buy? Also, let's double check. What is Gale's active charisma now? It is 20. So his real charisma is 19, but he's got +1 from Auntie Ethel's boon. Good.
Ah, a new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service, true soul?
What you got, Roa? Why have we got so many shields? Here's a bunch of shields that are very similar to the one the guards in this tower have. Please don't ask questions as to where they came from. Okay, she's actually got something that might be worth buying. I don't know if Shadowheart can use it. It doesn't look like it. But she can hold it, and she can get +1 to her initiative rolls. Wonderful. Nice little bit of trading. Now we've got a bit of gold about our person. I believe we'd sent it all back to camp before we fought the toll collector, so it's good to have a bit back.
Well, Flo didn't tell a lie. She said you'd find me, and here you are. Karlach, isn't it?
Now there's a name I'd hope never to hear again. What was Flo doing here?
Didn't think to quiz her about her business.
It's probably smart. Who's Flo?
Florenta the Garotta. A Cambion I knew back in Avernus. She was the closest thing I had to a friend. That said, she would have choked the life out of me if I ever turned my back on her. The fact that she knows where I am, where I might be going, doesn't exactly delight me.
And what does she want with you?
Nothing would surprise me. Maybe she wants to live up to her name and wrap a cord around my neck. Or maybe she just wants to say hello. I wouldn't have given her the time of day, but even I needed a laugh once in a while. What can I say? The bitch had good jokes.
Enough chatter. Your friend gave me 3 soul coins, said I could sell them if I wanted. But if I kept them for you, she'd consider it a favor owed.
Soul coins, huh? Those could come in handy.
I keep forgetting about them. But yeah, let's have them then.
Sure. But she did have a condition. For every coin you take, you've got to hear the story of the soul trapped inside.
There you have it. Flo came all this way just to try to make me feel like shit. Clever use of her time. Memorized a bunch of sad stories on her behalf, did you?
Didn't need to. Your Flo did some devil woo-woo and stuck 'em in my head. Couldn't forget now if I wanted to. Do you want the coins or not?
Go on then.
First coin's got the soul of a woman named Maverick. She was born to a cruel mother, and a violent father, and 3 evil brothers, all named Balder. She never knew a day of love in all her life. When she was a girl of 15, she sold her soul to Tiamat in exchange for someone who would love her unconditionally. She got what she asked for. A fellow named Clint, destined to be her soulmate, struck by a cart and died a few moments after clapping eyes on our Mavery. Poor guy. The scud of her soul is yours now.
Thanks, I guess.
We'll put that coin to better use than Tiamat would have,
Sure you will.
if we remember.
This one has got the soul of a man named Frakes. Lived in a village near Neverwinter. Hit hard by the worst hunger in 1,000 years. Frakes called out for help. Prayed for his children to have meat to eat. Zariel answered. Made old Frakes grow flesh upon flesh after flesh. His wee ones had all the meat they could stomach.
He should have known. Better to die 1,000 deaths than let Zariel into your life.
We'll use this coin to help us rid the realms of people like Zariel.
Whatever you need to tell yourself. Last one's got the soul of a little boy named Ungir. 8 years old. He liked playing in the sun with his friends. That's all I know.
That's all?
That's all. Oh, and this slip of scratch.
Well, thanks, Flo. Hearing a bunch of desperate horror has ruined my day, which I suppose was the point.
You got 3 soul coins out of the bargain, didn't you? I'd quit whinging if I were you. I did my part. That means our business is done. Unless you've got actual gold to hand.
Let's see your wares. There we go, we've got a bunch of soul coins. I was doing it in the hope that we'd get an inspiration or something, but I'll take the soul coins. Now that's a nice shield. 1817 is the cost.
Better hope you can handle what I've got.
We'll come back to it with Gale.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target.
How's that work? You got a coin slot in your heart?
Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe-to-toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens.
Intriguing. Next time we're in battle, we'll make sure you get one.
Fuck yes. Now I just need something to sink my teeth into.
Sweet. Now, Gale, please speak to Lantav. Although, wait a minute, we're about to murder him, aren't we? So we don't necessarily need to spend the gold, because we'll just get the gold back off his corpse. Yeah, perhaps we'll just get on with our task in here. Let me think. Blood of Lathander versus Thing. Because we're doing a bit of thunder damage here and there, so do we want to silence people? Or do we want to thunder them? Silence could be useful, especially against the Zealots. We don't want Hunger of Hadar. The Adepts, not the Zealots. So maybe... Yeah. You go stand over there, mate. Karlach. I also want this guy down though, because he is deadly. So you stand there. Gale. What does Shadowheart want to do? Shaddy, you just sort of chill in the middle.
Alright, what now?
No, start beating people up.
You attacked someone. Only the guards are allowed to do that, as this one is about to demonstrate.
Try it, chummer. And so we've got ourselves a bit of a fight. Although it's got some level 1s in it. So maybe we don't worry about them. Now this guy, we can certainly boom. Can we sneak attack though? I don't think so. But we can stab, good and proper. Now, what say you? Yeah, Roa's just chilling. No one over here is really a threat. That Acolyte's only level 4. Land's only level 5. So we still want this guy out of the picture. 45% chance with a blight. What if we just call lightning down on his head? Can we do that? I thought we had called lightning. We've got lightning bolt, which is very good. Very strong. But it's more of a straight line type dealio. Alright, necrotic surge. 55%. That's still not great. Maybe we do go for a lightning bolt. But it's saying target's blocked. I don't want to hit. Yeah, guiding bolt will do. We put it on his ass. And we've given him a bolt, which means Gale's more likely to connect as well. Gale. Blamos. That's one goon down. We got 6 arcane acuity, so Gale's just going to smash everything with no trouble. Mo. Biff. Smack. And third. 3 attacks, alright then.
A little fun at last.
Yeah. He's cool. Guardian of Faith. That didn't do a lot last time. We saw it. What are you lot going to do? Bless. Ooh. You blasted level 1. Good job. Now they're throwing stones at us. That's just rude. Gobbos. Okay, that one did a bit more damage to old Karlach. Should we take down Lantarv just because he's closest? It's probably wise. 5. We could do 5 damage. Excellent. Let's shuffle over this way a bit. Now Gale. You can do all sorts of damage with a fireball. Did that add more people to the fight? Yeah, Rowan and her crew are now in the fight, but they're neutral. So that's fine. I don't think we're worried about opportunity attacks.
Cutting to the chase.
So that bugger is almost down. Let's use our pommel bash. Curses. There's the hunger of Hadar I was worried about. So we'll just put a stop to that. Pish, there's another one. So, Roa's supped a potion of invisibility. Oh, she is hostile to us now. Wow. Alright then. We need this hunger of Hadar gone. So that's that out of the way. Now, where's that other adept? Over there. So let's give them a biff. And let's also use that to get back some HP. Karlach, can you sneak attack this guy?
Fun.
Yeah, good. They are very wounded. And down they go. Not dead, but down they go nonetheless. Guess we'll just ping some buggers. Got 10 HP. I wasn't expecting a level 1 to have so much HP. But here we are. Rowan crew are back to neutral again? Okay. Okay, but they're still attacking us. What a mysterious group. Suppose we'll have to make them properly hostile. Banishment? Mo's been banished. That's no good. Do you want to do something about that, Karlach, if you can? Okay, Mo's back. This is great. I love the sounds that everyone in this game makes when they're set on fire and or radianted. Nice, good job, Gale. And then Mo, do you want to smack up Roa? Lovely. We could paralyse the bugger for 2 turns. Once per long rest. We'll probably have a long rest before we do anything else, but this fight's already won, so we don't need to use that. You just cast Acid Splash at yourself. Fucking idiot. No, don't know what that guy was thinking. Let's go stand next to him. See how he feels about that. Although Gale's probably just going to throw a fireball at him anyway. Yep. And then Shaddy can come over here and radiant this bugger. Nice. Mo, do you also want to come over and give him a bit of a smack? Feel like they're not long for this world. Mo, do you want to get back your temporary HP? Lovely. Sweet. We have saved the day once again. I suppose save the day is a bit of a stretch. What we've actually done is murdered everyone and looted their corpses. And now we're heavily encumbered. Not really a surprise, given as we've just picked up like 20 suits of heavy armour. We can't actually take any of Lantav's stuff because we're so encumbered. Let's see, 364 out of 220. Yeah. Yeah. Back to camp, I think. Where's our magic box? There we go. A little bit of camp later. And we are now... Well, we're still heavily encumbered. But we're not crushingly, overburdeningly encumbered. Although now we are, once again, thanks to Lan. Back we go. At the very least, we've got a cool new shield that will give us initiative rolls. Out the wazoo. Why is that not in our... I feel like some of this stuff should just be in our bag of also selling. But alas, it is not. Is the Halberd of Vigilance a better weapon than the Susa Greatsword at this point? Silencing is nice, but being able to attack everyone with opportunity attacks is also nice. And it deals extra damage compared to the Susa Greatsword. Maybe it is time to say goodbye to the sword. It served us well in Moonrise. I mean, maybe we're not saying goodbye to it, we're just popping it in our box for a bit. But of course we can't take the other one out yet because it's too heavy. Fistbreaker Helm. That seems pretty good. Initiative and spell save DC. Maybe that's good for Shaddy. She is kind of doing ice spells. Or at least she's got the abilities to do ice spells. We've not done a lot of ice spells with her. But are we doing anything else with Frost? The fact that it gives a condition is good, because that helps stack our reverberation. We are doing snowburst rings. So maybe... Tell you what, rather than standing around here and saying, a bunch of times, I will instead call it a day. Sort out my inventory to some extent, somehow. And then next time, it's probably time for another legendary fight of some sort. So until then, thanks for watching, friends.